We got some breaking news to go through for XRP, and the comments are saying it's been crashing all day. It does nothing but go down. All XRP does is crash. This guy's an idiot. Okay. Let's discuss what's going on, because let me just zoom out on the chart, right? If you can't stand volatility, you could, look. All right, so XRP did a move from the low to the high, or even our high of 630%. But guess what? At this moment here, 56% down. Look at this. Before this move to the upside right here, which was 100%. Right before that, there was a drop of 31%. Right now, XRP is down from the high all the way to the low 24%. Right now, 19% from its high, and yet it's still up today, 466%. So if that means to you XRP only goes down, then you literally just don't understand how crypto works. And I beg you, just try and learn to remove your emotion from your investment portfolios, because until that day comes, you're going to be using your emotion to trade, which, bear in mind, is what most people do. That's why a lot of the comments are like this. But then you'll be part of the crowd, and the crowd loses money. Right now, the crowd is short on Bitcoin, right? Every time I see, or majority of the time I see, when the crowd is short on Bitcoin, it pumps. When the crowd is long on Bitcoin, it dumps, meaning more shorts than longs. The opposite normally happens. Not a guaranteed science. Now, if you think about it, if you believe that XRP is manipulated, Bitcoin is manipulated, all of that stuff, yeah, cool, fine, it's manipulated. If that is the case, then when the majority is long, the price comes down, which we've just seen. And then when the majority is short, the price goes up. That is how the manipulators, if they exist, make money. Do you not understand that? So enough with the comments, right? Let's grow together and understand that we have to go against the grain in order to make money in crypto. What do you think people were saying when Bitcoin was 74,000? That was just a couple of months ago. What were they saying when Bitcoin was 49,000? What were they saying when Bitcoin was 25,000? And what were they saying when Bitcoin was 16,000? This is all in the last 2.5 or 3 years, all right? The only people who are right now sitting in massive profits on Bitcoin and massive profits on XRP are the ones that went like this when everyone was telling them that it was dead, that it's crashing, all of that stuff. Now, is that to say that XRP is going to rocket from here? Absolutely not. We're already up 400 to 600% in the last 6 months. That is why I talk to you guys about taking profits. If Ethereum doesn't manage to break its bear market, essentially resistance, we might not have an alt season, and you need to understand that. But I'm banking on the fact there will be an alt season, which is why I've positioned myself in new trades on XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can see the XRP trade here, still in profit, still open, still waiting for the move to the upside. Now, the breaking news, we've had Japan's largest bank files for a Bitcoin and XRP ETF. This is SBI, the largest bank in Japan. Crypto assets ETF holding Bitcoin and XRP, and digital gold crypto ETF blending gold with crypto. How interesting is that? And what is this? This is the rails. This won't create massive amounts of buying, but the actual ETF over time will suck in the liquidity. That's exactly what we want. And Japan is a big economy. Right now, I think we're shaking out the weak hands, and you can see there's weak hands all over this market right now, and I am prepared. If we head lower, guess what the strategy does? We flip into a little lower risk, lower leverage, spot, lower leverage accumulation, and we wait for the next move to go up. Do I think we're still in a bull market? Absolutely, because we have Bitcoin above the 200 MA, which basically dictates whether or not we're in a bull run according to history. And it is as simple as that. If Ethereum can break the bear market resistance, I think we get alt season. If Bitcoin's dominance continues to fall rather than rise, which you've seen in about the last week, we get an alt season. If all of the liquidity, if we get rate cuts, all of these things are big ifs, but if they happen, I believe I can make a lot of money. And if they don't happen, maybe I lose 50%. But on one side, I lose 50%, or maybe even 100%, right? And on the other side, I can make 300, 500, 1,000, 10,000% gains. And that's the risk to reward that I like. So if you want to be in the boat with me, and if we get an alt season, we're going to make some money. If you want to be in that boat, feel free to jump in by hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. one. Peace.